We're doing the water element part of the 5 elements today. So if you were not here for the earth element last week, that's okay. I will send you that recording and you can do that one. But we will just ground into the earth. So the earth element is in the legs. It's all about stability, strength, and grounding. So just getting yourself into a nice kind of grounded state, sending your energy into the earth. Gather up all of your energy. Feels like your attention might be in other places, on other people, where you might be going afterwards, or what you've just done before you came here today. See if you can release those tendrils and bring them back in towards your midline. So your midline is the crown of your head, all the way down your spine to the base. Gather it all in and send it down through your legs into the earth, and request an anchor. So we wrap that anchor around the core of the earth to give us that stability. And you can draw that back up through the body. And just setting an intention for being here, just being here, being present here. And bring your awareness to your breath. So we try and breathe in and out through the nose if we can. This helps filter the air, warms the air. And see if as you breathe, as you inhale, see if you can allow your breath to come all the way down, allowing your belly to expand on the inhale and fall on the exhale. The pelvic floor lifts, which helps activate the diaphragm, so our main breathing muscle, to help get rid of all the air in the lungs, so that we can take a nice deep breath in, allowing the belly to expand on the inhale and falls on the exhale. So we're working with the water element. The water element resides in the hips, and this is all about flow and being able to move around obstacles and change direction if we need to. And if we feel stagnant in our body, it can be reflected in our lives. We're also working with the psoas muscle. So the psoas muscle is directly linked with the stress response and is attached to our lower back, round the pelvis, and attaches to the hips and the tops of the thigh muscles, and can be in a contracted state if we sit a lot or we have a lot of stress in our lives. It can be permanently contracted, which means we're permanently in that stress response. So what we're going to do today is release it, relax it, strengthen it, and stretch it, so that we can start to come back into our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest. And I'll be really curious after this session how you feel, if you notice that kind of sense. What we want to do is get that sense of safety in the body. Okay, so we're going to start the practice, and we're going to, we push out through the wrists, and we're going to do a 3-part breath called Veloma breathing. And this is on the inhale. So it's like we're pumping up a balloon. So I'll just kind of explain. We inhale, pause, we inhale, pause, and we inhale. So we fill up the whole of the lungs, and then we release. So we inhale a third, inhale 2/3, inhale fully, and then exhale, release. So if you're ready, we're going to acknowledge the elements. So we inhale the arms to shoulder height. We push out through the wrists. We inhale and open. We inhale and reach. We pause the breath before we touch the palms together, and we exhale, start to take the butt backwards so the knees are in line with the ankles and the arms come down. We inhale up to shoulder height. Earth. Inhale water. Inhale air. We pause. The space in between is ether, and we exhale down fire. We'll do this one more. So acknowledging ourselves, the elements within. Inhale up, Inhale, open. Inhale, reach. Pause before we press the palms together, and we exhale down. And we're going to cross the wrists over one another, and we're going to inhale up, and we're going to allow the hands to part, and we exhale, we push out through the wrists and the palms, and we come down, we exhale down. We'll swap the wrists over the opposite way at the bottom, pushing out through the wrists. So we're acknowledging, we're parting the clouds. We pause the breath and we exhale down. So the 5 elements is a purification practice. And what that means is we're stimulating and working the lymphatic system. Inhaling up, pause the breath, and we exhale down. And we'll do one more. So we'll swap the wrists over at the bottom. We inhale up, keep grounding down through the soles of the feet. Pause the breath and exhale. Just allow the arms to fall, palms face forward. Just notice how you feel. Check into your body, check into your breath. So what we're doing, we have lymph nodes all through the body, the head, the neck, in the armpits, the elbows, all down through the torso, in our groin, and in the backs of the knees. And so when we're doing these movements and using our breath, we're getting rid of the toxins in the body. So it's our waste removal system. Okay, so what we're going to do is spinning bowls, and you can either have your hands by your armpits or down by your waist, whichever feels comfortable for you, and your palms face up at all times, as much as possible. And you can imagine that you've got bowls of water in your palms. And so we start to bring the hands forward, the fingertips are facing forward. The fingertips start to turn out to the side, back towards the body, and they keep going round. So we're creating this circle. It's like we're drawing a circle with the fingers. And then we take them out to the side. So we've got nice long arms, as though we're doing upside down breaststroke. And then we bring the fingers back, fingertips back through the armpits or the waist. We inhale forwards. We create this little circle. And then we create a nice big circle. You can bend your knees just so that you can allow your arms to come back. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. So what we're doing here is increasing the range of motion in the arms and stimulating the lymphatic system. We inhale forwards and exhale back. And this time, as we come through the armpits, we're going to pause and we're going to turn the fingers backwards as we exhale. So they go in reverse, round, create a big circle, and then a little one. Exhaling back. Inhale forward. And the more you do this, the more you will increase the range of motion in your arms. So maybe at the moment this feels tight. So we're releasing tension, and we'll do one more. Beautiful. Keep focusing on your breath. Breathing all the way down and release. Give your arms a little shake. Okay, so we're going to do our first warrior 3 into warrior 1. If you want to, I'll give you some variations, and you can also use the wall if you need a bit of extra stability. So what we're going to do is shift our weight to your left leg, engage your core muscles. So we bring the hip bones in towards one another. So we're trying to get into a tight pair of pants. And the belly button goes in towards the spine and up towards the rib cage. And this is one continual movement. You can bring your hands into your heart space together, and we can lift up the right leg. We want to try and keep the hips level. And you can stay here. So you're working with your balance, you're working with your core, or you can step back and bring forward. Or if you would like to come into warrior 3, we roll down through the spine and we start to take the leg backwards. So we're using the core muscles. We're really working that balance. Push out through the heel of that extended leg. Gaze is down towards the floor. Maybe you're using the wall here. to get that balance. If you would like to take the arms overhead, and we reach through the fingertips and we reach through the sole of the foot. So we've got this really long, energetic line through the body. So wherever you are, taking one more breath, and then we gently step back and down into warrior one. So we turn those back toes out, we ground down through that back heel, and we bend that front leg. And what we're going to do is, hands are still together at your heart space. We inhale the arms up towards the ceiling. We pause the breath as we bring the thumbs to the back of the neck. And as we exhale, we bring the chest towards the thigh and the arms go back as though we're skiing. We bring the fingertips down towards the ground as though we're scooping water. We inhale up, we start to bring the palms together overhead. And we pause the breath as the thumbs touch the back of the neck. Exhale, we roll down, so we bring the chest towards the thigh, the hands come back. Everything can be activated, so you can hug everything in towards the bones and the muscles. We inhale up, we're shifting the weight, hands come together. Pause the breath as the thumbs touch the back of the neck. And we exhale down, so we're opening through the shoulder blades. We're compressing through the front of the body, and bring your awareness to your psoas muscle. So we're stretching one, we're stretching the right, and we're releasing the left. And when the hands, the thumbs touch the back of the neck, we're going to bring the hands round to the front, and we're going to step up, forward, and down. And we're going to do some hip circles. And someone explained, as though you're licking, your hips are licking the inside of a bowl. You're licking off like cake mix or brownie mix, whatever is your mix of choice. And really, really get this nice deep hip circle, if that feels comfortable. And so what we're doing is we're working and stretching the and releasing the psoas muscle. We're also lubricating the hip joints. We're going to go back in the other direction. We're creating synovial fluid. So we're keeping the hips nice and healthy. How's everybody doing? Good. And we come back to center. And we're going to do the other side. So we're going to do warrior 3 into warrior 1. So shifting your weight to your right leg. So we're shifting our center of gravity. Engage through your core muscles. Hands come into prayer at your heart space. And we lift that left leg up. And wherever you are, maybe you're here and you're still working the core, you're still working on the balance, or you're stepping back. Or we're coming into full expression. We're bringing the chest towards the thigh, and then the leg starts to come back. So it's a nice controlled movement. Maybe you're holding onto the wall to give you that stability. We push out through the heel of the foot, and the gaze is down towards the floor. That extended leg, the toes are pointing down towards the floor. You're not locking that standing knee. And when you feel ready, we take the arms overhead and reach through those fingertips and reach through the sole of the foot. So we've got this nice long body. Shoulder blades away, nice and open, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe here. Whoop. One more breath. And then we gently step back and down into warrior 1. So we ground down through the back heel, toes point out slightly to the side, bend that front leg. Hands are in prayer at your heart space. And we're going to inhale up towards the ceiling, pause the breath as we bring the thumbs to the back of the neck. And we exhale, rolling through the spine, taking the arms back and down towards the ground. And you can imagine as you bring the hands up, you're scooping water over yourself. So you're using the water to cleanse yourself of anything that no longer serves you. Exhale, rolling down, chest comes towards the front thigh, weight comes into the front leg. We inhale up, the palms come together. We shift the weight into the back leg, pause the breath. as the thumbs touch the back of the neck. And we exhale, roll down. And we inhale up. I'm going to bring the thumbs to the back of the neck and bring them round to the front. We step forward and down. Beautiful. Take a moment, just check in. Maybe have a little bit of drink of water. It's important to stay hydrated through the practice and after, so we can allow the toxins to be flushed out of the body. We're going to do spinning bowls. Okay, just checking the time. All right. And the thumbs come on the insides of the palms and the fingers close around. So this is Adi Mudra. And we're going to, this is the first mudra, and it's what babies first do. And when we hold the thumb in, it's said to help calm the nervous system. So we're going to inhale the arms up, feet are hip width apart. And as we exhale, we bring the hands down. We take the butt back, so the knees are in line with the ankles, and we start to bring the hands back as though we're rowing a boat. We inhale up, and we exhale down. Inhale up. So we've got nice strong palms, which means we've got nice strong arms. You can engage through the core, so hug everything in towards the midline. Keep grounding down through the soles of the feet. And keep bringing your awareness to the hips. And we'll do one more in this direction. And then when we get to the top, we'll stop and we'll go back in the other direction. So we're again increasing and improving the range of motion in the arms. And the lymph nodes are in the armpits. So we're moving those toxins through the body and out. Through our breath, through our sweat, and through our pee. Whew. Okay, and when we get to the top, we're going to allow the arms to fall. We're going to do our second warrior 3 into warrior 1. So we're going to do left leg first. So shifting the weight to your left leg. Engage those core muscles, hug everything in, hands come into prayer, and we lift that right leg up. And wherever you are today, maybe stepping back, practicing, maybe you go a little bit further, or maybe you want to come in to warrior 3, pushing out through that leg. Body is in line. Push out through the heel. Toes point down, lifting out of that hip crease. Gaze down towards the floor and the arms come overhead when you feel ready. Breathing here. Hope I'm not heavy breathing into the mic. And then we're going to gently step back and down into warrior 1, grounding down through that back heel, turning those toes out slightly, bend that front leg. Hands are in prayer at your heart space. And we're going to inhale up. Pause the breath as we bring the thumbs to the back of the neck. So it's very much like scooping water. We exhale down, but this is playing with the waves. So we inhale up, the palms don't come together. We come up into warrior 1. So it's like we're holding a ball. And then we exhale, fall forward. So the palms face down towards the ground. And then the backs of the hands come together as we inhale the arms up the center of the body. Until the palms come together. We pause the breath as the thumbs touch the back of the neck. And we exhale, roll down. So again, we're releasing through one psoas muscle. We inhale up into warrior 1, palms face in towards one another. Feel like you're holding an energetic ball. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, the backs of the hands come together up the center of the body. Palms come together overhead until the thumbs touch the back of the neck. And we make this a nice fluid movement. So we exhale down. We inhale up. We exhale, fall forward. So it's like the waves are playing. Inhale up the center of the body. That flow, that ease, that grace. The thumbs touch the back of the neck. We bring the hands round. We step forward. and down. We're going to do figure of 8. I'm going to try not to breathe into my mic. It's hard to exercise and talk at the same time. So we move from heel, doesn't matter which one, heel to toes. So we're shifting the weight and then over to the other heel to toes. So we're creating this figure of 8 from heel to toes, over to heel to toes. And we're creating this figure of 8 in the hips, in the knees and the ankles. This is a movement that we generally don't do in everyday life. You know, we walk forward, we sit down. So we're lubricating the joints. And if you want to bring the hands in and across the body, we're cross crawling and they fall down as though we're pushing something along and down, across and down. Beautiful. We're going to do the other side. I'm just going to take a sip of water. Everybody all right? Heckler's getting into the figure of 8. It's nice, isn't it? I really like that. Okay, so we're going to come into warrior 3. So shoulder blades come back, hips are in line with ankles, shoulders are in line with hips. Shift that weight to your right leg. Bring those hands into prayer, engage through your core, lift that left leg up wherever you are. We're rolling through the spine. Maybe you're coming into full warrior 3 for this final warrior 3 today, pushing out through the heel toes, point down towards the ground. Arms go overhead, gaze is down towards the floor, shoulders away from the ears. I'm reaching through those fingertips and the sole of the foot. We've got this nice energetic line, engaging all the muscles. One more breath here, doing great. And then we're going to gently not kick the plant and come down into warrior 1. Turning those back toes out, ground down through that back heel. Bend that front leg. Maybe you go in a little bit deeper. Hands still at prayer, your heart space. And we inhale up. Pause the breath as the thumbs touch the back of the neck. Exhale, we roll down to the fingertips, come backwards down, the chest comes towards the thigh. We inhale up into warrior 1. So we're holding this energetic board in between the hands. We exhale, fold forward. So we're playing with the waves, bringing fun and joy and ease into our lives. Inhaling up the center of the body. I don't know about you, but I don't experience a lot of that these days. So I'm working on it. Exhaling down and inhaling up into warrior 1. Exhale, fold forward, palms face down. Shifting the weight from front leg to back. Inhale the backs of the palms up the center of the body. We'll do one more. This is an internally warming practice. So you might be feeling quite warm. Exhale, we roll down. Scoop that water over your head, cleanse and let go of what no longer serves you. Warrior 1. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale the backs of the hands up the center of the body. Pause the breath as the thumbs touch the back of the neck, and we'll bring the hands round to the front. We step forward and down with grace and ease, and we'll do figure of 8 backwards. So we go from toes to heel, over to toes to heel. And what we're doing with the figure of 8 is we're learning how to use the whole of the sole of the foot. So we're not actually taught how to walk using the whole of the sole of our foot. And we create habits. And you can bring the hands in and across. So across crawling, using both sides of the brain, creating balance through the brain hemispheres and through the body. And so we're learning how to walk. And the more you do the figure of 8, the more you'll notice how you walk, and you'll start to bring more awareness into that. And we come back to center. We're just going to end the practice with earth to sky, drawing up from the earth. Imagine that you're drawing up energy from the earth, that safety, security, balance, up through the soles of the feet. And you can use your hands up the front of the body. So it goes up through the other elements. And we send that energy over the top of the head and down the spine. And you can use the hands in the front of the body to send that energy down the back of the body, through the soles of the feet and into the earth. So we're creating this energetic loop, and you can imagine that you're healing your own body with your hands. Our body is so intelligent. And we send that energy down, and we're creating this kind of supportive energy bubble that you can use to keep you protected when you go out into life. So we'll do one more. As we inhale, we draw that energy up through the earth, up through the body, balancing all the elements as we go. And we send that energy down from the sky, knowing that we are supported, knowing that we can come into a state of flow. And then maybe you would like to come into open Tadasana. Maybe you would like to close your eyes, your palms face forward, and just checking in and thanking yourself for being here today and sharing this practice. So we have released and strengthened and stretched the psoas muscle. Maybe you will find through the day, emotions will come up to be released. See if you can let them go. Emotion is energy in motion, and we store a lot in our hips. And so if you can do some hip work every day to release this muscle, so that you can come into a sense of safety in your body, so that you're no longer in this reactive state. And bring your hands into prayer at your heart space. Again, just thank yourselves for being here today and sharing this practice with each of us. And I wish you a very merry Saturday. Lots of love. Okay.